Hey guys, my name is Nora Franch, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at CatholicMindsetCoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessed Mess Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, people, Voices of Recovery, October 22nd, page 296. Nothing that happened yesterday or that may happen tomorrow is more important than now. That is from For Today, page 248. My compulsive nature wants to keep my mind occupied with events over which I have no control. Can anyone else relate to that? I wish for some future dream and forget to work on my current defect. I want to blame the past for how I behave today. This type of thinking only causes me pain and ruins my pleasure of the present moment. Gratefully, I now recognize this as a part of my disease, so I can turn to my higher power and accept events as they are, not as I might want them to be. Yes, the wishing and dreaming, the always fantasizing, the grass is greener, the wanting to be on the other side of whatever you're on. I want to blame the past for how I behave today. This makes us a victim. And I just didn't realize how often I was doing this. It was like jarring. How many times I was like, well, I don't have any control over this. This is just how it's going to be. Or my favorite one was like, but it's true. Like, this thing is true. This person did this. It's true. And then, my coach would say, well, is this, even if it's true, is you thinking this thought all the time, is it serving you? Is it helpful? Are you happier because of it? Is this maybe something you need to just let go and let God, And I couldn't argue the fact that no, it was like tearing me apart inside and taking me down. And could there be something more useful to think here? Yeah, there always was. There always was. But it was just this way of thinking that I didn't even realize I had gotten into that, for me, it makes me very sick on the inside. It makes my soul very sick when I just continuously live in the past or fantasize about an unrealistic future. And you hear all the time, and I've talked about this before, but God is in the present. And that's because that's the only, well, I don't know why, but I can tell you that I believe that, and that the present is the only time we have any say in what happens and what we do. And I think an earlier reading that I did on an earlier episode was like, I can only maintain my abstinence in the present, and I can only lose my abstinence in the present. And that, I really locked it in for me. I was like, oh my gosh, the only time I can do anything is in the second that I'm in, which is kind of weird when you start to think about it, and I have to slow my head down, don't freak out. We still live life and we don't have to overthink every second. But I just think that it's really something that we have to pay attention to, the type of thinking, and try to see if you can do this yourself. If you can identify some type of thinking that only causes you pain and ruins your pleasure of the present moment. So are there things you're thinking about, I don't have any days, okay, well, you could have, do you have 2 minutes? I have 0 days of abstinence. Okay, that's true. Can we think of something that's going to help you show up for life a little bit better? Sorry, not to be rough, but this was me. This was me. Like, I have nothing to offer. I'm not true. Not true. Even if you are currently in it, in whatever your thing is, you have value because you exist, which means the creator of the stars willed and loved you into existence. So you don't have a say in it. You're here whether you like it or not because someone who is infinitely powerful and loving said, this is a good idea and I want it and I choose it and continues to choose it. The only reason why you're alive is because he's continuously choosing you. So even if you're not choosing you right now, do you see how much power you have over yourself to choose yourself not into existence? Like just thinking it? It's not possible. It's not possible. But your higher power is continuously choosing you into existence because you are that loved and you are that incredibly unique and special. And I'm going to stop talking about that now because if you don't believe me, it's just going to make you vomit. And I didn't believe me until not that long ago. So gratefully, I now recognize this as a part of my disease. When I blame the past for how I behave, when I think of things that only cause me pain, even if they're true, and when I wish for some future dream and forget to work on my current defect, I just wanted to wish away my disease. And I spent so much time in wishful thinking. I came across a letter I wrote to myself of like, why can't I stop? Or why can't I just, XYZ? And it was painful. There was so much pain in there. And I just it just made me so sad because I was in so much pain and so lost and didn't have an answer yet. And for me, the 12 steps was that answer that girl who was in agony was looking for and needed so badly. And so perhaps it can do for you what it did for me. With that, I pass.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. But more than that, it's important to me to give listeners like yourself a place where you do not need to feel alone on your 12-step journey. And for that reason, I've created a Facebook group. It's called Grateful Blessed Mess. And it's a place where listeners can go to add their own commentary on the share for the day, in addition to my own, and for us just to have a conversation or start a back and forth where people can find support in their 12-step journey. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you are here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess. And I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.